Welcome. Today, we're going to be looking at custom visualizations on New Relic. Specifically, I'll show you how to modify a custom visualization's configuration options using its NR1 JSON file. This is a really powerful feature that enables developers to define what values a user can send to their custom visualization as React props. We'll be adding our custom visualization to this dashboard, which I've set up to monitor my personal portfolio site. And in particular, we're going to try to get a different view on the data that's coming through and currently being rendered as a series of bar charts here. Right now, this doesn't provide me quite the at-a-glance view that I want for this set of data. So let's see if custom visualizations can help. I'm going to go to the app overlay here and click on our new custom visualizations app. I've already got a NerdPack running locally with 3 different visualizations. When we click into the visualization builder view here, we can see that there's an area on the right where a user can specify what values to pass in as props to the visualization. We're being told to provide a NRCL query and an account ID. Let's go back to the NRCL query that is driving that set of bar charts that we were looking at earlier on the dashboard and see how that renders. Great, so this provides a bit more of an at-a-glance view that I'd like to have on my dashboard, but it's not quite right stylistically. So let's give it my favorite color, tomato. And this is still looking pretty close, but I think that this is a bit too transparent. So what I'd like to do is to be able to provide the opportunity for users to specify the fill opacity, just like they can currently specify the fill color or their NRCL query. To do that, I'm going to jump over to the NR1 JSON file inside of my visualization folder here. And specifically, we're going to look at this configuration key inside of the NR1 JSON file. I'm going to add a new object called fill opacity of the number type. Give that a save and jump over into my visualization React code. I'm going to pull off fill opacity from the props and pass it into the radar component that's part of the radar chart, which is coming in from the recharts charting library. Because I've updated my NR1 JSON, I need to restart my local server so that the new configuration can be pulled in and served locally. When I hit refresh, I'll expect to see a new field here called fill opacity. And there we have it. So let's go ahead and grab that query that we're interested in. Provide our favorite color, and then check out how fill opacity works. So I can provide it with a lot of different values, and I think that we'll stick with 0.8. That's looking a bit more full and less transparent. To add this to a dashboard, the documentation is going to tell me that I need to go ahead and publish the changes to my NerdPack. So I'm going to run nr1 NerdPack publish. This is going to send up those changes to the visualization here in my NerdPack so that other people will have access to them if I enable them to access my NerdPack. So if I go ahead and take off NerdPacks equals local here, and then I kind of give you a sense of what that looks like back in the custom visualizations grid here, you can see these are no longer have the local indicator, but instead these are my new published versions of those visualizations inside of that NerdPack. So now I'm ready to roll. I want to add this published visualization to my dashboard. I'm going to provide it the query that I care about. I'm going to provide it the color that I love so much. And then I'm going to provide this fill opacity that I think just nails it. So now I'm going to add that to my dashboard. And there we go. So we've seen how you can define the React prop inputs for your custom visualization, allowing the custom visualization that you publish and share to be either highly modifiable or largely predefined. And we've just used the starter visualization that NR1 CLI provides. It's this radar chart that the recharts visualization library publishes. But this is just a jumping off point. You can add as many custom visualizations to your NerdPacks as you want, and you're free to use your favorite visualization library. For example, Let's say you found a D3 chart or maybe a victory chart that you really liked. You could go ahead and add those charts as visualizations to one of your nerd packs, as I've done with that D3 scatter plot here. In this case, I'm not providing any configuration options, so this is just ready to be added to a dashboard. I'll add it to the same dashboard we were looking at earlier. And I'll go ahead and do the same thing with that victory chart that we found on their website. Looks pretty cool. I wonder what it'll look like on my dashboard. Again, I'm not providing the user with any configuration options at this time, but I might do later on if I want to provide the ability to customize the color or other properties of the visualization. Great, let's check out the dashboard. And there we go. So as you're probably getting a sense by now, there's a lot that you can do with custom visualizations in New Relic dashboards. In the description to this video, you'll find links to our Developer Center custom visualization documentation, as well as a step-by-step guide in the New Relic Quick Tips video called Dashboards and Custom Visualizations. I hope you enjoy using custom visualizations on New Relic.